Now that we have an inventory in stock, we're going to add some vehicle expenses. If you click on the vehicle expense button, you'll see that there's internal expenses and external expense. An external expense is whenever someone gives you an invoice. An internal expense would be, for example, you have somebody on the payroll that washes and wipes all the cars once a week or twice a week. But every time they do, you want to add an expense against the car for a wash and wipe, and you would use the internal expense for that. Now we can do it from the vehicle expense button, or we can also go to the inventory button and you can click expenses on the bottom right hand corner. It's a turquoise button. The program is designed that wherever you're at, you don't have to go to some previous screen to accomplish what you would want to do. For example, if you're in the inventory list already and you need to add an expense to this vehicle, instead of going back to the main menu bar, you can just click on expenses here, and you can then click on external expense, for example. So let's add a battery to the system. And let's say we got it at CarQuest and we paid, let's say $65 for it. You can then immediately post a check against this expense, or you can simply click update. If you click update, this expense will then show up as an accounts payable under bookkeeping. If you post a check right away, then it'll make an entry into the check ledger and you will not see it in accounts payable. So in this case here, let's just do an update and the expense will then show up in bookkeeping. So let's add another expense, and let's say dent removal, for example. And we use Dent Buster, and let's say we paid him $200, not $2,200. And we want to post a check right away because he wants to get paid. So you click on the check number, and it has a little tooltip when you go there. And it says at the bottom, right mouse click to get the next check number. So if you right mouse click, the first time it'll ask you for a bank account because none has been selected yet. So I've already created a bank account, so let's use it. And it's called check 1. And it puts the name of the account in here and the next check number in sequence. As there was no original number put in, it defaults to 100. Now let's go over to the post check button and click it. And it shows you a small little check. The name of the company, you can change it if you like. It also puts in the memo bar that this is a car expense. It's the stock number is CD for the Cadillac. Dent removal is the purpose. And then you can post this check and it'll show you the actual check that it's going to be printing. And then you can print this check and it'll make an entry into the general ledger system and into banking. So if we do go to banking at this time, you can see that the check is in there. You can then also in banking double click on the line and it'll show you where that check came from. And it's that easy to add a vehicle expense to the system.